Reading a manhwa where the main character is weak but becomes strong is just really exciting. These characters usually go through rigorous training and work really hard to become the masters of their field. And we get inspired by seeing these characters rise and improve their abilities to become stronger than anyone else. So today I will be recommending you all top 10 manhwa and manhwa where the main character starts off weak but later becomes stronger. So let's start a list.
But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want.
Coming at number 10, we have A Sword's Evolution Begins from Killing. Ye Fan, an ordinary boy, gets reincarnated in the world of cultivation, not as human but as a half-broken sword. Now, in order to upgrade himself and become stronger, he needs to kill and absorb the soul of other living beings. Follow him in his journey as he goes from a weak sword to a legendary magic sword that would destroy anything on its path. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is decent. The main character is weak at the start but slowly gets stronger as the story goes on. He's also very funny and the different situations he finds himself in is just hilarious. So if you are looking for a unique cultivation manhwa, then you should give this one a try. Coming at number 9, we have Uparts. Kang Jin-woo was a strong high school student who always protected the weak students from being bullied. But after getting into traffic accident, he gets a permanent disability and loses one of his legs. Now he becomes the target of his school bullies until one day he finds a mysterious object that heals his body and gives him superpowers that shouldn't exist in the world. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is decent. The main character is courageous right from the start and slowly becomes stronger as the story goes on. The action scenes are decent but the side characters are not that great and become annoying as the story goes on. Coming at number 8, we have Lan Ke Ki Yuan. Ji Yuan was an ordinary worker who was camping out with his colleagues. While collecting firewood, he comes across an old chessboard and after making a move, he returns back to the camping site only to find out that he had been missing for half a month. He suddenly collapses and finds himself in his deathbed in the hospital. However, rather than dying, he gets reincarnated in a cultivation world as a beggar. The art of this manhwa is good and its story is also quite decent. The main character has a special power that allows him to see other people's fate, which he uses to help other people. The side characters are also written quite nicely and all of them have unique personalities. There are also no cliché scenes in this manhwa and the story becomes more interesting after a few chapters. Coming at number 7, we have Absolute Martial Arts. Yon Gang was on the verge of death when he gets saved by a group of elderly people who were really powerful martial masters. Due to his immense potential in martial arts, Yon Gang manages to become their disciple, but at time he didn't know that these so-called martial masters would not teach him anything and only use him to do their household work. Join him in his journey as he tries his best to run away from his masters and enters the world of Murim. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is pretty decent. The main character is very funny and does everything he can to escape from his master's grasp. There are not many action scenes in this manhwa as the story is mainly focused on comedy. So if you like Murim manhwa with a lot of action scenes, then this one might not be for you. Coming at number 6, we have The Unity of All Things. The protagonist was an ordinary student who in the past had failed to save his childhood friend from an accident. He blamed himself for his friend's disability and worked hard so that he can earn enough money to find a cure. But one day during a transaction with a client, he gets ganged up by his bullies and gets beaten harshly. After somehow managing to run, he hears a voice that promises to help him fight against his enemies. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is good. The main character is weak at the first but becomes stronger quickly after getting his cheat system. And unlike other system manhwas, there are many characters here that hold a similar level of power as the main character. The side characters are also nice and they push the main character to become stronger and surpass his current self. Coming at number 5, we have On My Way to Kill God. Because of the demons humanity was thrown into battle, they could not refuse. The people dragged into the hellish world of Hellition hunted monsters in a desperate struggle to survive. This is the story of Cha Muyuk, a newbie hunter who meets his master that tells him a secret method to become stronger. Now he must use this method to escape this hell and take revenge against the demon god who considers humans nothing more than his toys. This is a unique fantasy world manhwa with good art style and an interesting storyline. The main character is a coward at the start but goes through character development after fighting against strong monsters. The side characters are also written nicely and all of them feel realistic. And although the pacing of the story is slow, this manhwa definitely won't disappoint you. Coming at number 4 we have Death Row Boy. Kim Shin was a psychopath serial killer who killed random people without any reason. Ji-hoo was a victim who loses his family to Kim Shin and later meets another victim by the name Do-seok who trains Ji-hoo and turns him into a human weapon. Now with all the finished preparations, he is ready to take revenge and kill Kim Shin with his own hands. This is a revenge manhwa with good art and really good storyline. The main character is ruthless and trains really hard in order to become strong enough. The side characters are written nicely and they help the main character with everything they can. The action scenes are also thrilling and will keep you entertained throughout the story. Coming at number 3 we have Please Have a Meal. The main character was a chef who loses his sense of taste and smell during an accident. But just when he thought everything was lost, he comes across an incredibly immersive VR game that simulates all 5 senses. There, he is able to gain his sense of taste and smell, and not only that, but he can cook too. Now there is nothing that can stop him from following his dream of becoming a world-renowned chef. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is quite good. It is different from other VR MMO manhwa as it focuses on both the VR and real life of the main character. It mainly focuses on his development as he regains his confidence and once again becomes a chef in real life. The side characters are also great and they help the main character achieve his goals. Coming at number 2 we have Overpowered Sword. Leon was a trainee swordsman who worked harder than any other person of his age. However, no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't defeat his closest friend in a spar. But everything changes when the holy sword that was supposed to choose the hero of the oracle chooses Leon after seeing all the hard work he put in. Now with finally a chance to become stronger, he is determined to overcome any challenges no matter how difficult they are. The art of this manhwa is amazing and its story is also pretty good. The main character is weak at the start but he trains hard for a long period of time in order to become stronger. He was also weak-willed at the start but he goes through character development and becomes more self-confident. The action scenes of this manhwa are also great and will keep you entertained throughout the story. Coming at number 1 we have legendary youngest son of Marquis House. Jack Volunteer was one of the strongest swordsmen who loses his sister to the royal family. Later he completes his revenge by killing all royal family members and overthrowing the empire that dominated the continent. After accomplishing everything he needed, he becomes satisfied and accepts his approaching death. However, rather than dying, he gets regressed back to when he was a 14-year-old boy. Now with this second chance at life, he vows to become a better person and save his sister at all cost. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is decent. The main character uses his past life's knowledge to become strong really quickly. He is also quite ruthless and puts his enemies in their place. So if you are looking for a revenge manhwa with strong main character, then make sure to give this one a try. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.